let's go ahead and check out this video by K. Shout out to Case Study QB. He's actually going to be on the show on Tuesday. But he caught this clip, you know, doing the hard work that I really don't be trying to do, which is sift through these goddamn mainstream media posts. But, you know, like Nick said, but we got to debunk the propaganda. It's part of the education process. Not every teacher likes every lesson they're given that day, but you still got to learn it. This is really going to make, whenever Romans talk about this, like, you get it from your granddaddy, boy, he talking about Charlemagne the God. On God he is.
Bring you in. Those battleground polls also show Donald Trump pulling in 19% support from black voters. That is actually triple what he got in 2020. What do you make of that? What is he doing right to win them over?
I want to make this clear. This is in Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, and Nevada. All that other shit that y'all be reading, I mean, polls are like just faulty on their face anyway, but like the things that have her close, the polls that have her close, like 51, 50, 51, 50, nah, that shit don't matter because the math ain't really working in her favor. And she needs, when Biden won these states, he almost stole them to some degree because no one was expecting the Democrats to win. And he probably did steal them, knowing what we know. So that's the significance of these states and the black voters going to Trump after the Democratic National Convention. So let's go ahead and talk about that. But we're gonna let him finish, and because I want to hear y'all response to what Charlemagne said.
I don't make anything of these polls that are talking to imaginary black folks. I would love to know, for one, who they're talking to, because I've not seen.
So you think that they don't exist?
I think that they are, maybe, you know what they might be the invisible man that Ralph Ellison talked about in his book. I don't know who these people are. There was a Trump ad that was released, I believe today, that's targeting black women voters. And there are these people who, you know, allegedly exist all throughout the country, and they're reading scripts. You can see their eye line going over here. And I think some of them.
What did you say, Ro?
You see their data point. And I was in South Carolina. I'll be quick. I'll let the video continue.
No, go ahead.
When I was in South Carolina, when I was working on the Bernie campaign, going door to door in the black community, because that was my job, you will be shocked. I was shocked. You know what I mean? I'm going through my life experiences, you know, learning more about people's political ideas. I was shocked the amount of black people that said they support Republicans when I was in South Carolina.
Oh yeah, I was
doing door to door. So you got to see what she said. She's like, "Where are these black people who support Republicans?" I have an uncle I've been voting like a motherfucker talking about politics with who was a Trump supporter. You guys really believe these people had the life experience to tell you what the hell is going on? The idea that you like, oh, I'm black, I can see Trump supporters. Bullshit. Anyway, go. You can see Niko.
You a PMC black. You're not actually talking to workers. You're not actually talking to people in these communities or of these communities. Like, and why is it these skin bleaching ass niggas always speaking for us? Like, I don't fucking get it, bro. Y'all could have called Nick on if you wanted to fucking.
They're imaginary. They don't exist. That's what she said.
What? No, do you? All right, I'm gonna let this go and then I'm gonna explain.
Hey, damn, Nick, he better than us. Well, we would have talked for a whole goddamn hour. Not even
might be paid to say some of these things. I'm not sure, but here's what I do know, Pam. You talked about this not being the case, Georgia not being the case for Joe Biden. Joe Biden did actually win Georgia in 2020. And I also want to give some credit to Kamala Harris, who has been to Georgia 7 times this year, right? And so I think it's important for us to acknowledge the work that has been done. Their state directors talked about 35,000 new volunteers on the ground since Kamala Harris.
Hold on real quick. So she's acknowledging that the more black people have seen Kamala in places like Georgia, that they're actually, it's a inverse effect. Like they're literally running away the more they see her. Because that's the only thing I can take away from that. She's like, she's been there. She's been there. Give her some credit. She's been there 7 times. And and now the black people are leaving en masse. So maybe she should stop going. But this is like what we've been saying. That's why they keep hiding her, right?
Harris announced they have well over 24 offices in that state. They're doing the work. And so what you do see with polls and what you do hear from folks who are registered voters is that the tide is changing, that they're excited about the change and the excitement that Kamala Harris brought to the top of the ticket. And I think we really got to give more credit to the work. I'm not giving any credit to these polls. Polls end up being wrong all the time. And I've seen polls that say 15%, 19%, 18% of black folks. I don't believe it at all.
So ironically, she's like, this change, this random change in policies, like it's as invisible as the black people she's saying don't exist. Because we still waiting. Has she updated her website, y'all? Do y'all know? Has she updated her website?
No.
I don't.
You
I
want to
haven't
know why
seen-
black people is supporting Trump? Money, opportunities during the pandemic. Yes, that's one of the reasons. Another reason is a lot of our families are victims to the crime bill. Trump wrote a bill and put it into law where a lot of black people were released that were victims of the crime bill. I see a lot of my OGs that got locked up in the 90s and the early 2000s. A lot of my OGs are out. They had life sentences. They have lifetime sentence, 25 to life, 35 to life, 50 to life. They are out, and they are talking to their families. They are telling these, like, they are educated now, and they know why they went to prison for the time that they didn't deserve. Trump let a lot of black people out of prison. They are educating their families on who put them there. That's another reason. Another reason is y'all fucked up the black community so bad. We can't even fucking sleep. You know what I'm saying? We can't even get a leg up. The people are poor. Our groceries are fucking sky high. The rent is sky high. Did y'all put a cap on the rent? No. Is there a
they talked about that
cap
too,
to
didn't
the
they?
fucking
They
rich
talked
people
about
holding all
that.
these houses from us? No. Our neighborhood still being gentrified? Yes. There's a reason why people are supporting Trump. I get it. It's the anger is misplaced. That's because we don't have proper education. Because all you do is pull people to. All you can do is teach people to the right of this, to the right of that.
Make people hate Trump and don't educate them on.
So that's why they are supporting Trump, because they see no other option. They look at Trump as the lesser evil, which he is.
That's why it's hilarious to watch these shows, because it shows how privileged their background is, their class interest. When she said, "I can't," it was like she literally can't believe it, and I almost believe her. Like, you know how they like, I almost believe her because she's definitely insulated. And this is one theory: she definitely insulated among liberals. Well, she couldn't even possibly believe the fact that black people could support anyone other than Kamala. Meanwhile, I have the exact opposite point of view, where my family's apolitical. My brother, like, Rome, you know, my brother don't know shit about politics, but he listens to the news. He's like, bro, these people are full of it. So whenever I saw like the numbers, like, I believe the Obama numbers, but whenever I saw like the Hillary Clinton, 80%, 90% black support, those are the numbers that shocked me. Like, 90% of black people vote for Democrats.
Your shock was well deserved, because clearly she didn't get that. She didn't get the numbers that she thought she was gonna get. So
yeah, but go ahead, Niko. Let's continue the video.
I agree with both of y'all, and I almost had to go in on one of my apolitical family. They just kind of like, you know, hey Niko, who's a dumbass to not vote for her? Like, I let them know. But like, it's really the family that I have that actually thinks that they're political. They think that they know what's going on. That really be the most problematic and be ready to argue with me. I almost had to spark off on one of my great uncles, because he said some shit on Instagram, and I didn't see that he was my dad's uncle at first. And I was about to be like, who the boy? Because it's and what's crazy, it's one of my uncles from California, from San Francisco, from the side of my goddamn family, who was the one who told me about Kamala, but he's bourgeoisie, right? And so his whole mentality, my reality is my grandpa didn't really talk to this side of the family that much. And I learned after my grandpa passed away, why? Because my grandpa's cut from a different cloth. These people are all about wanting to be part of the liberal bourgeoisie class, a Berkeley class in the Bay Area, if you will. And like, they get mad at you for exposing it. And the only rebuttal that they have when I do have argument is, oh, so Trump is better. I said, well, no, that wasn't even the argument we're having. Well, no, but you're trying to. Those are
fuck yeah, nigga, fuck you. Nigga, fuck these niggas talking about, so you're going to vote for Trump. So you think Trump is better? Yes, the fuck I do. And yes, the fuck what the fuck you going to do about it? What is your voter outreach? What are you going to say to me to not vote for Trump? You know, like, I get tired of the backhanded bullshit.
Exactly.
Hell fuck yes.
You know, I'm going to vote for Trump. I am going to vote for that motherfucker. What you going to say to convince me otherwise?
That's funny as hell.
That's true.
What you gonna do?
Because
they have no plan. All they have is shaming, because they know their party is just as bad, if not worse. Like, Nick always says, Democrats are the most effective evil, and they are. Because look at Obama. They always want to do this shit when they are ready to commit atrocities upon the world. They always put a black face in a black hand. Oh, we got black people raising their hands to, you know what I'm saying, not put regulations on Israel. Obama took us from 2 wars to 7 wars. It's always a black face. It's always a black face, and they getting ready to do some horrendous shit if Kamala get in office. And blame that shit on a black face.
Yep.
Now, and this last point I'm making, and we can continue because I have Dr. Joe Stein and Bush Ware join us tomorrow on RBN.
Oh,
and
shit.
I vibe a lot with Dr. Stein. The only criticism I have of her is the response she had to being a spoiler, where she's like, I'm not really a spoiler. You should be embracing that. Hopefully I'll have time to bring this up. Like, I think this is one thing that Joe Stein needs to improve on. I like Joe Stein. I think she needs to, like, whenever she asks about Trump winning, she needs to make a pitch for Trump voters. She said, oh, well, we're not going to hurt Trump. We're not going to hurt Kamala. You need to be saying, yeah, no, what my plan is to draw voters from both of them. If you're a Trump supporter, you need to vote for me. If you're a Kamala supporter, anyway, I'm going to explain this more tomorrow, but that's too grown point. We need to stop even buying the argument. But go ahead, Niko. Nico.
I like that, though. I like that argument. I'm ready for that interview.
I really don't.
So I want to follow up with what you had said about, who are these voters? As I said, the 19% of black voters supporting Trump. Our CNN's Ali Reeve actually recently spoke to a black voter in Virginia who owns a shop that sells pro-Trump merchandise. Here's what she said about his outreach to black voters, and I'll get your reaction on the other end.
I think their efforts are succeeding tremendously. All the things that have happened to President Trump, the attacks on him, have done nothing more than strengthen black people's connection to him. Because now he's someone who is the target of a struggle, and they have always felt that they've been a target.
All right, Charlotte.
First of all, that was very well articulated. Y'all don't have to agree with her voter choice, but the way that a lot of black people have been wanting to say that because they speak in the lingo that they speak in, so maybe people don't really get it or they don't respect it. But she was very clear. She was like, these people feel like they've always been a target of this very same government. They can't put a face on the government, but they do know how it feels and what it looks like, right? And nobody feels like they're an angel. So if just because they disagree with something that Trump does morally, doesn't mean that they're going to completely disregard the way that they're seeing him being treated if they view it's unfair. So that was very well articulated. Let me finish this up.
Charlamagne, what do you think about that?
I think that I can't speak for all black people because we're not monolithic, and that woman cannot speak for all black people because we're not monolithic. And I think she sounds like to be totally honest, I think she sounds like a damn fool, but that's her opinion. And I do feel like, Democrats do owe black people a lot, but last.
Please, bro.
I told you.
Ain't this the same nigga that sat there while Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black? What the fuck did he say?
I think he
that
just
motherfucker looked at the camera and said, okay, master, and you still support this motherfucker. Shut your bald head, bleach-skinned ass up. I can't stand these fucking coon ass niggas with these platforms. And I'm not speaking for fucking all black people because we're not a monolith, but I'm gonna speak for all black people like we're a monolith. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. You guys said nothing. Like you are supporting the fucking writer of not only 1 but 2 crime bills. You know what I'm saying? You are supporting the guy who was loudly and proudly to the right of Ronald Reagan. You can't speak for all black people. I can't speak for all black people. That woman can't speak for all black people. So why the fuck are you speaking for black people in the first place? And this woman gonna sit here and say, oh, I don't believe they exist. They exist. They are real. There are more black people voting for Trump than you can ever believe. You know why I don't post all these interviews that I do with people on the streets? It's because most of these people in Detroit that I interview nowadays, they said they voting for Trump. They live better under Trump. Life was better under Trump. Life was less expensive under Trump. The insurance wasn't as high as Trump under Trump. Nigga, they are voting for Trump.
That's very
and best believe these numbers are real. And the only reason why Trump have these numbers is because of corny ass niggas like Charlamagne the God, Angela Lee, they don't give them a real platform to go to. They don't look like, okay, Trump and Biden is bad. Here's a third option at least. They don't even say independent. They don't even look left. So you are the reason why we have black Trump supporters. Because you refuse to teach your goddamn audience, and when they get pissed off at the left, at the Democrats, they're gonna look right every fucking time, and it never fails.
Can I just say, you notice that he never, nor did Angela ever try to ask, why would she feel that way? Why did she feel that way? Like, and she sounded like a damn fool. Like Rome said, bro, like you should be sitting this one the fuck out. You literally sat there as a segregationist told you you're not black if you don't vote for him. So you should sit this one out, okay? But beyond that, they had zero, and that's how I know like y'all not here for us. Because if I got like one of my black friends or one of like somebody I meet out when I'm at a bar or something like that, and they say they support Trump, I don't attack them. I actually don't attack them even if they say they support Kamala. I don't attack them at all. I just ask them why. Because I genuinely want to know why you believe this person best serves your interests or the interests of the community. Because otherwise, I can't educate you, one, if you are wrong and your perception is off, but two, because I genuinely care, because you have some concern that you feel is not being met by one candidate or the other or a group of people, and you feel like that need can be met by this individual. So let's figure out what that is, and let's figure out how to best go about getting to a resolution in that regard, instead of being like, you're a fucking fool. How could you think that person is the one to help you? Because that's what bro, that is the most elitist bullshit. And also, let me just say, can I just say, I don't know what it is, and maybe y'all can help me out here, but whenever I see liberals posting like, oh, you're gonna vote for a felon, I don't know why that shit irks me so much, because I feel like I'm being personally attacked, but I know it's not. But I'm not a felon technically speaking. So like, I've been to jail and I've been wronged by the criminal justice system, and I have family members who have been wronged. Right? I think everybody knows, either through the news or even personally, somebody who was a felon because of what they had to take as far as a plea deal is concerned. And like whenever you say something like that, it's like you're trying to give an indictment of their character, saying that they don't have the capabilities or that they're not worthy enough for society to vote
it's
for
worship
them.
of institutions, and that's why I think it's preaching to us. One thing I'll say regarding this club, we about to be in September of 2024, and I still don't know who the fuck this guy is. Charlamagne the God.
Charlamagne the God.
Who the fuck is that? Like, he came out of nowhere, and I've been asking people this, and no one can give me a coherent answer. I say, who the fuck is Charlamagne the God? They say, well, he's the host of the Breakfast Club. What the fuck is that? What the fuck does that do with anything? What was it? What did he do before that?
He was on a show about basically it was like a MTV show.
MTV. So he came from MTV. You guys see the point I'm making? Whenever you got white people talking about white people issues, do they bring on the Miz from MTV? Or they bring on white reality TV stars? That's why I asked the question. Who the fuck is this guy? He's the host of the Breakfast Club. What the fuck is that?
This is Wendy Williams.
This is Wendy Williams. Whenever they have white people talking about white people issues, are they bringing reality TV stars? No. Whenever they got black people issues, they bring on some fucking rapper I've never heard of.
That's true.
To work on stage. Why the fuck are we listening to Charlamagne the God? And that's why I'm skeptical of him and people who plaster him everywhere. And then say that Malcolm X said, why the fuck we got these celebrities talking for us? There ain't no community organizers. There's not the young lords. There's not friends of Junior.
That's because him and Kamala and Biden didn't work for the same talent agency. That's why.
Yes.
I'm not joking. They really do.
Who gives a fuck about what Ja Rule has to say at this time? Like, who gives a fuck what Ja Rule has to say at this time?
Imagine they had like Lucy Liu. Like, we're gonna talk. We don't have to bring Lucy Liu. What do you think about the China situation, Luke? They never do that. It's racist we saying that. You know what I mean? But you guys see how absurd it is when they do it for us. We're gonna talk about any black issue, so we're gonna bring on a random black celebrity.
No, they also bring on Van Jones, Nick. They also bring on Van Jones, who literally said, I don't know nothing about politics. He said, I don't know nothing about politics. I love that man.
Gonna cry. We don't bring George Lopez to talk about the border. You guys know how high key this shit is racist this is? Like, this guy has no qualifications to be talking about politics, but you see him everywhere. And that's the point I'm making. It's annoying,
talk about
and it's
the
insane that no one
40-year-olds.
else sees it. You know what I mean? It's insane no one else see how crazy it is that this guy is everywhere, and he shouldn't be. Like we had Dr. CBS. She going on the Stabby and JB show. She's an intellectual, an academic, and she's based as hell. She's knowledgeable about revolution history. One of the best guests we had on RBN. I interviewed her on Nick at Noon not too long ago. Why is she being invited? You guys see I'm making a funny point, but you guys see the point I'm making? It's always these brain dead celebrities I'm supposed to know for some reason. I don't know who he is. I never looked into it because it's not in my fucking interest to know who this guy is. But they constantly push these people down our throat, and it drives me crazy. But go ahead, Ron.
Nah, that's 100% fact, though. That's it. It's so annoying too, because what'd be crazy is from our perspective, guys. Y'all gotta remember a lot of these journalists that y'all see on TV, like they follow us, or they're in our like follower circle. In other words, they see us, they respond to us, or tweet somebody else tweeted, like they know we exist. And so, but we're watching them platform, like basically, like Nick said, like y'all be having George Lopez up and talk about the border. That is the equivalent of having Charlemagne the God on to talk about black issues. That's not hyperbole. That's literally the case. That's fucking ridiculous. Why? And the fact that he put it like that.
We don't bring on Jackie Chan.
Like,
we want to discuss the issue in Taiwan, so we'll bring Jackie Chan on.
I was already mad about it, but when you said George Lopez and the border, I'm like, that's the realest. It's worse than what I was mad about before, actually. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it. Because it's insulting when you got Margaret Kimberly's out there. It's insulting when you got Garland Nixon's out there. Hell, even they finally started to bring on Nita, only basically to say whatever the hell, it's Democratic establishment time, so they got to bring on a progressive to have her go on there and say, vote for whatever white supremacists for the Democratic Party this year. It's like, but even, she has some good stuff to say, but they won't bring on like Bree, everybody at CNN and MSNBC would know Bree, everybody, because they literally attacked her for not endorsing Bernie back in the day. Yeah. Right? They all know who she is. Refuse to bring her on. They
literally
know who anyone
from Black Alliance for Peace. Literally, they have a whole squad that they never call up. You know what I mean?
But we gonna call Van Jones. We call Van Jones. We're not racist. Like, you can't. You tell me you want the black vote, and then when you hear a black voter is voting for Trump, you ignored them. You don't want their vote then. What the fuck is you talking about? Stop pretending like you want their... It's like... Because my thing is why we argue. It's like Rome said, unless you're here to convince me to vote for Kamala, why are you conversing with me? Are you trying to make a judgment call on my character? Like I give a damn? Yeah. Or are you trying to justify to yourself? You're really arguing with yourself, and I just happen to be the person that you're talking to because you're trying to rationalize how you can vote for a genocidal maniac who puts on blackface to screw over black people.